I think Maurice will want to be able to deliver his message in its entirety. And for the most part, that's it. Oh, yes, 5 minutes after the hour, there will be a survey says. If you've opted for no future emails, you'll see that email, but no other future emails. And over to you, Margaret.
Perfect. Thanks a lot, Bernie, and welcome everybody. We're really excited. Looking forward to Maurice Thibodeau, who is going to do, I guess it's going to be a fast-paced little workshop today. But before we get there, welcome to Connect Ottawa. For those that are new or revisiting, our group has been going for the last few years. Every Tuesday, we get together. Bernie circles the universe and finds keynote speakers in the hidden gems around the world. So a few of you we've already had the opportunity of listening to. And you know, this wouldn't happen if it wasn't that the pandemic happened. So that's always a silver lining. So we encourage you to come on here. Our community is about connecting, getting to know each other. And we also have memberships to offer people. If you've got online courses that you want to host, or if you want to create an academy, a work group to get organized, we actually help with that. We want to help you business people get organized and get out there and be doing what you do best. So before we get started, what we're going to do is we're going to go quickly around the room and have everybody to introduce themselves. We're going to give you about, 20 or 30 seconds today because we have a lot of people hopping on. And do not be upset if I kind of speed things up. It has nothing to do with you. It's just that we want to make sure that we have the valuable time set away for Maurice today. So also, before I get started, I guess I should have introduced Stefan. His thing says Connect Ottawa right now. He's one of our business partners with Connect Ottawa, looks after our technology, and of course, Bernie. So let us go ahead and get started. Henrik, why don't you go ahead and you can get this party started for us.
I should be the first one on your screen. So yeah, my name is Henrique Miranda. I live in Portugal, and my passion is water, and I work with aiming to treat water and save our planet by giving the contribution for that. That's it.
Thank you, Henrik. Alan Roberts.
Hello there, I'm Alan. I live in the UK and I'm a mindset coach.
Perfect. Great to have you here. Willie Nichols.
Hi there, I'm Willie Nicholl. I'm the Copton coach. I stay in Scotland and UK. If you want to know more about me, all my details are in the chat room. Thank you.
You're the best. Thank you. Nice to see you. Raj.
All right. My name is Raj. I'm from Ottawa, so good to see familiar faces. It's been a while with the COVID shutdown. But anyway, I consult on technology, and currently I'm working with APX. APX Data helps fire departments modernize their data collection and data availability at the time of an emergency. So quite an exciting area I'm in right now.
Perfect. Great to have you here. And Jörg.
Hi, Jörg Stegmüller is my name. I'm originally German, but living in Ireland, in Dublin, in Ireland. I know Maurice through Steve Faber's Extreme Leadership Institute, and saw your LinkedIn posts, Maurice, and thought I have to join you here today. Thank you.
Perfect. Love all the accents. Mayank.
Hello, everyone. How are you? Everybody good? Good. So, name's Mayank. I am a certified health and wellness coach. I am in Ottawa, West End. I have a studio right next to me, and I help people. And I'm very happy today because I'm about to be fully booked. It's just wonderful.
Perfect.
Today I have no ask because I have no time to ask for anything.
Okay, great to have you here. Tanya.
Hi, everybody. My name is Tanya Hewitt from Beyond Safety Compliance, injecting humanity into the workplace. So I'll put my details in the chat, but overall, Beyond Safety Compliance. So how does your work look?
Perfect. You guys are great today. Michael Rada. I like that.
I like that too.
Hello, my name is Michael. I'm calling from Czech Republic, Europe. I am a human and I'm the founder of Industry 5.0. So I'm building for 9 years Wasteless World. So if you would like to learn more details are in chat.
Perfect. Thank you. And Jeanette.
Good morning, everyone. I am from the west coast of Canada, Aldergrove, British Columbia, Canada. It's beautiful seeing so many amazing faces I know. I am human and I love building relationships first before I pitch what I do.
I love it. Girl after my heart. Anna.
Hello, everybody. Great to see you and sorry for my late arrival. I am a consultant and I'm also a SME investor in the consultancy. I work with business partners or go on a journey with business owners to help them improve their business. And if you need any help, just call me or send anyone my way. That'll be fine. Great to see you.
Perfect. Thank you. And Partha, are you there? And Partha. Okay, we're going to move to Sudhir.
Hi everyone, this is Sudhir Anand. This is my first time on this forum here. I live in Toronto. I'm a management consultant, and what I do really is to strategize, plan, and give shape to digital transformation journeys.
Perfect. Nice to have you here.
Thank you. Likewise.
And okay, who am I missing at the bottom? Oh, it just moved. Let's see. Eve.
Okay. It's nice to be with you today. I am in Massachusetts. I'm an educator. I've been working in private and public schools for many years, mostly teaching math. And in the private sector, I provide tutoring and online courses in math and languages.
Perfect. Great to have you here, Eve.
Thank you.
And we have Ainur.
Hi to everyone. I am Ainur from Carlton Place. I am a food scientist and I am also teaching food quality control or food science related topics in Carleton University.
Cool. Nice to have you here.
Same here. Thank you.
Omer.
Hi everyone, good afternoon from Ottawa. My name is Omer. I am with Global Advantage Consulting Group. Thank you.
Perfect, great to have you here. Shruti? Okay, and how about Eduardo? Nice to have you.
Hi, hello
Oh,
everyone.
sorry, Shruti. Okay, just a second. Shruti's going to reply right now.
No problem. Hi everyone, very good evening. Am I audible to all of you?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, hi, very good evening. Thank you for having me here. This is Shruti Nayak. I'm working as a project manager in Novaline Technologies for past 2.5 years. So happy to see you all. And I would love to learn something new from all of you. So looking forward for the session.
Great to have you here. And Eduardo. And not sure if Eduardo's there, so we will move ahead. Stefan. Stefan?
I think he's got a bit of lockjaw going on with his.
Okay, we've got some lockjaw happening on this call. Okay, well, how about, hey, Bertie, how about you? Who are you?
Hello, Stefan. My name is Stefan John. Yeah.
Go ahead,
Can
sorry.
you hear me?
Yeah, you're coming through now. Waiting, a lot of latency.
Okay, so Bernie, how about we're going to go ahead
now.
to Bernie.
All right. So my name is Stefan John. I'm the Chief Technology Officer.
He just, yeah, I think he just muted himself.
Okay, go ahead, Bernie.
Yeah, good to go. Okay, Bernie Fransborough, Creative Insight Consultants, B2B Connections, actually people connections. And my contact details in the chat, looking for either the startups or those with a new idea. And I'm going to stop there because we don't have all that time. Mary-Dan, over to you.
Okay, Stefan, I don't know. Do you want to try one more time?
He's laughing. It's a good sign.
Yeah. I don't know if you read me. Hello.
Yes.
So we come in peace. I'm visiting planet Earth. My name is Stefan John. I'm the Chief Technology Officer of Connect Ottawa here. I'm a digital ecosystem architect. And what I do is I build technology with business owners.
Cool.
Thank you.
I love it. We got you that time.
Link in the chat. if you want to
Okay,
connect.
so for everybody else who's hopping on the call, go ahead, put your information into the chat box. People can reach out to you. For those that don't know, I'm Margaret Ann Davis. I am from downtown Fitzroy Harbor. I love to say it's a little place just on the outskirts of Ottawa. I get the amazing journey of working with Bernie Franz Grote in Connect Ottawa. We started this a couple years ago, and also partners with Stefan with Connect Ottawa, and then another business with Stefan. So we love to help business people. We have tools, technologies, concepts, ideas, anything. And one of the things I love to do is brainstorm with people, because this is, I'm like that gal, where is she? Relationships first. How do we help each other? Let's start some real relationships, like I used to have a conversation with my family, because that's how we're going to take things to the next level. So on that note, we're really excited. Bernie is going to introduce our guest speaker today. Oh, Eduardo, sorry, are you there?
You're alive, Eduardo. You're alive.
Not you. Testing a device.
Okay, I'm going to mute you then, okay? So you ready?
Eduardo?
I just muted him.
Oh, okay. So, yes, we're obviously having a little problem with voice today. So we're going to go ahead and let Bernie introduce Maurice. And again, anybody that didn't get the opportunity, just copy and paste your stuff into the chat, and you'll be able to download that later, like Bernie explained earlier. So Bernie, take it away.
Absolutely. So folks, just a quick reminder on the chat, the 3 dots, the bottom right-hand corner, click that, save the chat. Save it before you leave. In the event that you leave and didn't save it, get a hold of me and I will be more than glad to send you a copy. Now on with our main attraction. Allow me to introduce Maurice Thibodeau. He is a creator and a connector. He helps people live the greatest expression of themselves. He's into the awareness of their life opportunities, which includes illuminating their highest areas for personal growth and activating their purpose. Creator of the Life Inventory Assessment and Life Activation Process. He has also the Immense Invitation to Life, a review process that points the user to specific areas of growth, their inner source, their most powerful fuel in living in abundance. He's co-founded and is the chair of the creative director of I Am Events, a non-for-profit. And he also hosts the annual Wellness Festival hosted in Manitoba. He's married with 3 daughters and enjoys living on 80 acres of land. Must be a bit of mosquitoes out that way. It's Manitoba. Sorry. Degree in business admin, and he's a former business banker and spent most of his career as a tech business leader, where he specialized in building partnerships and corporate contracts. He's also a master hypnotherapist, a certified CCF life coach, and he's been coaching and training in the business world for the last 15 years. Maurice, over to you, sir.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Bernie and Margaret and all of you. I'm going to actually change my screen one more time so I can see more of you at the same time. I'm thrilled to have the opportunity to present to you guys today. And I love that it's called Connect Ottawa. For anyone that's done any values work, you pick a list, of words, and you kind of figure out the words that resonate most with you. Well, my highest value happens to be connection. And I was forced to choose that after doing values work for over 15 years. I was forced to pick my top one just last year and working with Steve. And my highest value is connection. And my hope today is to be able to connect with you, and specifically to connect with you as a leader in your life. As a leader in your life, often when we talk about leadership and concept, it's just about work. It's yourself as a leader at work. And what I really want to bridge and open up is the concept of who you are as a leader in your life today. We're going to move pretty fast. You're going to do a tiny bit of math through this, so it would serve you if you have a pen and paper nearby. And my hope is that if you stay engaged with me, at the end of this isn't just about yapping. At the end of this, I would love it. My goal is that you walk away with 4 actual tangible things, 4 actions that you choose that will help you elevate your leadership game. So that's our goal today. That's what I'm going to be focused on. And I will begin with a little intro of how I plan to share that. Let me organize my screens, because whenever you share, it changes it up. You guys can see the one slide, is that right? Leadership in you, okay, I shared the right screen. Amazing, go like this. Okay, perfect, perfect. One more move. Now, can you guys also see my board? Because I'm going to be doing both. Are you guys able to, when I'm sharing my screen, you can kind of see that? Because I'm asking you to participate. I'm going to be doing the work with you. I'm going to be doing it live. You know, I've had the benefit of, you know, thinking about it a little bit, but we're going to do this together, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So how we're going to get there today is we're going to talk about what is extreme leadership. So you have the context of why I'm using this as a framework. We are going to be talking about the 4 pillars of extreme leadership, and then specifically how those apply to you as a leader in your life. I'm going to drill that all down into one essential element. And if you pay attention, I've already given you the answer to that. But I'm going to give you the answer a whole bunch more times. At the end, I have some gifts, one from Steve and one from me. It's over $100 worth of stuff. I call them transformational gifts because I truly believe that if you apply them, they can have moments of transformation in your life. And finally, we're going to end with QA. So that's where we're going. Your role and my ask of you is 2 things. You chose to be here today. If you're doing 100 other things right now or 3 other things, I encourage you to come and focus your energy here, because once I start, it's going to move pretty fast. And aside from a little bit of mental math, your presence, your engagement is going to be the difference of the quality of the 4 actions that you might take away. So that's one. Second, we're really looking at the activate energy, the sage energy of activation. I've been to lots of presentations, and I'm an activator. That's one of my top 5 Gallup strengths. And I'm also a visionary as one of my top. But if we don't activate the visions we have, then what the heck are we doing? Finally, I'll ask for any forgiveness. That would be the 3rd one I have. I know we're live, but when I get excited about this stuff, sometimes I'll curse, and I'm going to try not to do that. But I'll ask for forgiveness early on. And so that's my ask of you guys for the next 25 minutes or so. Okay, so in introducing you, my goal of connecting with you and who you are as a leader, I am using the Extreme Leadership Framework. The Extreme Leadership Framework was founded and developed by the guy you see on your screen, Mr. Steve Farber. He's become a friend, a colleague. I'm very, very proud to say that we're partners in a mastermind, a professional development and growth mastermind program. Steve has written 4 best-selling books. He's working on his 5th right now, which I can't tell you about. He's been talking about this stuff, this love and leadership stuff, since I was like in middle school. For many, many years. He was the vice president of the Tom Peters Company. I tell you this because I've chosen to use a framework of leadership to help us kind of bridge our relationship, right? Your relationship with who you are as a leader. I've chosen to use this framework, and I want you to know where it comes from and the credibility, I guess, it has behind it. And so I'm sharing this with the permission and the celebration of Steve, and we're going to use that to deepen our learning. Thanks, Steve. I know you're listening. Okay, so extreme leadership and you. There's 4 pillars of extreme leadership, and it's broken down in an acronym. The acronym is LEAP, L-E-A-P. I'm going to go through each of those pillars. But before I do, this is the first hard choice that you have. And I say choose wisely because often, I think when we're talking about large concepts, like large body of knowledge, like leadership, we lose application. We lose that activate energy by not having context. And we get to live and operate in so many areas of our life that if we just apply leadership in all the contexts at once, it can be really hard to kind of actually separate and sort through the weeds of it and really discern, really understand who we are as leaders. So just for this exercise, and the beauty of this, I'm gonna run you through it once in one of these categories, whatever category you pick. I'm looking at this because I got a bigger picture of my screen. These are 13 categories of your life. So in these 13 categories, I just want you to pick one. It can be work. It can be your love life. It can be your parenting. Pick one that feels like, that resonates with you. This is a bit of a mindfulness minute because we're going to go fast soon. So I'll actually slow down. So as you're looking at these, pick one of the categories that resonates with you as you wanting to move forward and look deeper with. Because the category you pick, we're going to apply the 4 pillars of extreme leadership. And the category that you pick, those will be the 4 actions that come from it. So I say choose wisely in terms of a category that's really alive for you right now. For me, and part of me hates that I'm picking this category. I'm going to tell you the one I'm picking. Part of me hates it because it's kind of the cliche. I'm picking work, and I encourage you to pick whatever's most alive for you. Right now, when I thought about this, I'm like, work is most alive for me in my life. It's so if you have a piece of paper, write down which category you chose. And if you are comfortable enough, I would encourage you to share it in the chat. Because if you share in the chat along the way, you're going to let other people know that you're doing the work too. So for the people that are on camera, thank you, by the way, for being on camera. It really helps me connect. Give me a thumbs up that you've chosen a category. Because you guys are going to be the proxy of keeping everybody else on pace. Okay, fantastic, fantastic. All right, up next, I'm going to go through the 4 elements. The first one in the LEAP framework is cultivate love. So think about that category that you chose. And the question is, how are you cultivating love in that category? In cultivating love for what you do and who you're around, it's about acceptance. It's about accepting the other person as they are. It's about engaging the power, the sage power of empathy. Empathy is self-love and love to others. And here I use the word compassion versus empathy. So think about in how you are treating others and how you are showing up in that category of your life. How are you cultivating love? And as you kind of roll through that, okay, when I show up, how am I loving, if it's work, the customers that I serve? How am I loving the work that I pour myself into? So that's one, and I want you to score yourself. This is the mental math. There's going to be 2 scores. First is score yourself out of 10. 10 is like you are abundantly cultivating love in this area of your life. Like you couldn't think of any ways to do it any more than you are. And 0 is like, oh shit. Sorry, that was my swear. We call it the OSM moment. 0 would be like, it could be actually a triggering moment for you right now. If you look at that question and you're like, the way I'm showing up isn't cultivating love. So score yourself. For me, in the work context, I feel like I'm doing that at about an 8. Could be an 8 or a 9, but I like to pick a round number. That's the first score. Second score, to the right of it, this one's an important one. And I so appreciate the number of people that have come on. I heard coaches and mindset coaches and people doing this really important work already. You're going to really appreciate the next score. Score yourself same scale out of 10, but point the finger at you. How are you cultivating love in the context of that, the category that you picked? How are you cultivating love for yourself? And rate yourself on a scale of 0 to 10. 10, you are like pouring self-compassion, empathy. You've quieted your judge. Your self-talk is positive. You are pouring love on yourself when it comes to this category of your life. For me at work, I'm in an interesting spot right now, and I believe in pure transparency and authenticity. So I'm gonna mark myself a 6 out of 10. 6, 7, 7 might be, but I'm picking the lower scores today. I don't know why. Okay, so for the people on camera, give me you've had enough time to think about that and score yourself. Fantastic. And Bernie and Marguerite, if there's any questions, I don't have the chat open. So if anything comes up, let me know if I need to stop.
So Mercy Abby has her hand up for a question. Mayank also. So Mercy,
Okay.
you're first.
Yeah. And it might just be a mistake because sometimes the new.
No, she has her hand up. She just unmuted. Hang on. Go ahead, Mercy.
Good evening, everybody. Yeah, I'm just joining this live program now. Then I don't know what you guys have talked so far, but I actually met him talking about love, acceptance, truth and passion, working with a colleague at work, and loving what you do by scoring yourself. So I'll score myself 8 because I love what I do. I'm an account officer. I love what I do. I love accounting so much. I love it so much. Yeah, my question is, I just wanted to just brief on what you've talked so far. Just brief on it for me to just have a note on it. Thank you.
My recommendation will be for this question part will be context questions to make sure that we're following. I will thank you for the question. I will answer it quickly. But I think for this, it would be context questions and then deep dive questions at the end. We're talking about your relationship to yourself as a leader in your life. That's the summary version. And I'm breaking down, I'm using the Extreme Leadership Framework by my partner, Steve Farber, to go through and help us explore that. Good. Any other context questions in terms of how to think about this and how to make your score?
Don't have any other hands up at the moment.
Okay, awesome. Okay, thank you. Okay, so next is generate energy. And a really simple way to kind of think about this is when you walk into a room, here, actually, I'm going to make it the other way. When somebody else walks into the room, and think about like the context of whatever you chose, work, family, love, whatever it is. When somebody else that's involved in that context walks in the room, what happens to the energy in that room, in that space, right? Does it lift up? Is it a positive energy? Is it compassionate energy? Is it soft? Is it hard? Does it kind of, you've got some people that walk into a room and all of a sudden the energy is like, gone. And when that person leaves, all of a sudden the energy kind of comes back. If I go into a little bit of the woo-woo space, it could be said that we are all energy. It's what we are. And actually, it's woo-woo, but also science backs it up in terms of our ability to use our energies to be serving in the highest health for ourselves and others. So when you think about the energy that you're even bringing into this space right now, the greatest gift is, first of all, your presence, extreme participation. So when you think about the energy that you're bringing to the context of your life that you chose, let's do a rating again out of 10. 10 being like, okay, in this context, I'm bringing everything that I can bring. That would be a 10, and 0 would be like, oh, I'm like sitting on the couch. Like I don't even get up. When my kids walk in the door, I just stay on the couch and drink another beer. Well, then your energy is probably pretty low if you were like evaluating your role as a parent. So for me, for work, I'm about a 9 right now. Now, here's the other thing. When you think about the energy that you're bringing to yourself, the self-talk, the scripts that are running in your subconscious, when you go and apply yourself in that context, how would you score yourself? What kind of energy are you flowing into yourself? At work right now, I'm probably it's a 7 or 8, so I'm going to go with a 7. Okay, we got that one scored. Thumbs up, right? Pretty simple stuff, right? These are pretty simple concepts. I like to describe it as extraordinary simple and exceedingly difficult to put in practice and actually fully embody. Okay, next is inspire audacity. So this is the A, inspire audacity. And so OSM, as I kind of already demonstrated, that stands for the moment, the moment. This is the moment when you're about to do something scary. It's lit up your fear centers because you don't know exactly how it's going to turn out. It could be, if it's a work context, it could be, for me, this presentation is an example of an, oh, okay, I'm going to be in front of a whole bunch of people who've never met me before. Let's not screw this up. And then me to have the courage to push through that OSM and say, no, you know what? Even if I do mess some things up, I'm still okay. I'm still going to lead myself with audacity. I'm going to push through that fear and I'm going to show up. So inspiring audacity is how we push through the things that might otherwise, scare us. And then we push the limits. We challenge ourselves to do great things. So when you think about, are you pushing the limits? Are you being vulnerable in the area of your life that you chose when it comes to how you are leading? So for me, in my work life, I am gonna do, I'm gonna go with an 8 because I'm using lower numbers today, 8 out of 10. And then flip that in your relationship with yourself. And this one's pretty similar of all the ones. It's like, are you inspiring audacity? Are you moving towards who you are, who your essence is, how you are personally growing, what you are learning, what you're willing to look at? And when I say that, it's like sometimes we have stuff in our life that we just put in a box. I'm not looking at that. Too painful. And the audacious approach is to be like, I'm going to go and heal that. I'm going to go find out what that's about, why I get triggered all the time when this happens. You can see, you'll hear in my language as a leadership coach, I have a very therapeutic approach because I think, and you'll see in my closing message that I think how we coach leadership, how we train leadership, I think we need to have some significant change to be the embodied leaders that we can. So the question is, how are you inspiring audacity in your own self? This one, interesting enough for me, it's like 9 out of 10. I'm actually feeling more audacious on that side internally. Okay, you ready for the last pillar of extreme leadership? Providing proof. Probably one of the simplest ones to understand. And there's this like super simple acronym, Took me like 5 years to figure out how to say. So super simple. Dizzy wit. Do what you say you will do. Dizzy wit, like providing proof. So it's another one of these concepts. Pretty simple. I told Bernie that I was going to be here today at, it was 11:40 for me. I was here at 11:40 on the dot. I did what I said I was going to do. Really simple in concept, can be extraordinarily rare and exceedingly complex in principle. A game you can play with this is treat your commitments like contracts and just track them in one day. And if you pass that day, if you pass all the contracts that like you meet all the commitments that you contracted, see how many days in a row you can go without slipping. You'll very quickly realize that it's like, oh, I actually like am probably overcommitting myself more than I like to. Part of what I'm going through right now in my work context is I'm actually feeling that. This is a value that's important to me, but it feels more aspirational than lived because I'm missing some of the commitments that I've put out. It feels like crap, so I'm paying attention to that. So when it comes to providing proof, when it comes to you taking extreme ownership of doing what you say that you're going to do to all the people that you're interacting with, again, in the context is key. In the context to the area of life that you chose to look, what's your score? For me in work, this is why I'm feeling crappy about it. I'm feeling about I'm going to go with a 6. It's probably a 7. I'm going to do 7. I'll be a little bit kinder to myself on this last one. And then turn that around. Your self-commitments. The commitments you make to yourself. Are you providing the proof? If you say, I'm going to go to the gym 5 times this week, are you doing that? If you say, I'm going to meditate, every morning for 10 minutes, are you doing that? If you say, I'm going to be mindful of what I put in my body. Every time I eat and drink something, I'm going to look at it. I'm going to activate my sage power of, it's actually activation, and be like, well, why am I doing this right now? Are you doing that? So for me, I am providing proof personally to myself at work. Oh, but I'm actually about the same in this case, 7. Okay, did you guys have time to score yourself? At least people on camera? Fantastic, thank you.
Yes.
Awesome. Okay, so here we get to do the, add up your scores. So in each of these areas on the left-hand side, add up your total scores. This is the small mental math that you got to do. 8, 9, that's 17, 23, 30. So 30 out of 40 on the external side for me. And on my internal side, 6, 13, 22, 22, 29. Is that right? Is that much? Yeah. When you've had a chance to do thumbs up for the people on camera, that you've had a chance to calculate your scores. I know this isn't complex stuff, but I just want to make sure. So if you are like me, I happen to have a pretty close score. What I most often see is that what do you notice? Pay attention. Is there a deviation between your external score, which is usually higher, and your internal score? And if you're comfortable, like put your scores in the chat. But like I remember no one really knows the depth of the context. So this is an opportunity to be audaciously vulnerable and put I, your internal score, and E as your external score. So E was the first one, I is your second one. What I most often see is a large deviation between usually the external scores higher. It's the things that everyone else can see. It's the prioritization of the other people. It's the mask that we put on, say, yeah, I'm doing all these things. And then when we actually look at how we're treating ourselves using this framework, this is one framework of many. And the beauty of context is you can actually look and be like, oh, you might notice some room for improvement. And that's a great thing. That's a great thing. So we talked about walking away. So before I move on, as you look at those scores, I'm going to invite you to take that activate energy. And as you look at cultivate love in the context of the life category that you chose, what's one thing, one action that you could take to cultivate more love in what you're doing today? It doesn't have to be huge. It can be as small as, and it can be on either side, external or internal. It could be I'm going to remind myself that I have successes to celebrate. I'm going to write that down. It could be external. I'm going to put more gratitude into my team. I don't think they know how well they're doing. That's a work context. Cultivate love in your love relationship. I'm going to let my partner know just what an impact she has in my life. One task, one item in the cultivate love category. And when you have it, people on camera, give me a thumbs up because I'm watching you. You're the pacemakers. Okay. Yep. Good. Thank you. And if you're kind of like, if you get caught with this because of time, you can always come back. And remember, the beauty is this: you can pick any other life category and go through it. I usually find the 2 or 3 life categories that are kind of needing the most attention, and then go through that. And then you prioritize like that, what activities you can do to be in higher alignment, in a higher energy vibration, to how you are leading in that area of your life. Next, let's go to generate energy. Think about the energy that you're bringing to that category of your life. Pick just one action that would activate that energy to a higher vibration. Could be internal, could be external. That would raise either one of those scores. Generate energy. So examples might be for me in work. You'll notice they might kind of meld together, but trusting my gut in work for me is I want to celebrate the chairs of our masterminds. I haven't celebrated them in a while. I'm going to have an opportunity to do that on Thursday. Boom, one action. Keep it simple and use that momentum to move you forward. So one action on how to generate a higher vibration of energy than what your current store shows. Give me a heck yeah. Okay, yeah. I got Willie. Willie gave me a heck yeah. Thank you. Next, inspire audacity. This one, by the way, we've done inside the Extreme Leadership Institute. We've surveyed all of Steve Farber's list, and we ask how are you doing on each of these things. Inspire audacity is usually the lowest score, and it doesn't surprise me as an entretherapist because this one is most related with fear. It's our relationship with fear, and to actually move past the things that we don't know how they're going to turn out. That's the one that people usually score the lowest on. So one action that would have you kind of say, okay, I can be more audacious by doing this. Again, this is all applicable to the context that you chose. Okay. And last one is provide proof. This one's fairly simple. You can do a contracts call to say, what are the contracts I have going out? And what are actually the things that I'm doing? What's the deviation? Pick one thing that you can do. I would probably like pick the highest contract, the thing that you've just been like, oh, I gotta do that. I gotta do that. At least do that one thing. It may be, I'm going to make a list of all the contracts I have out there, and I'm either going to change my agreement with them or I'm going to execute on them. It may be, I'm going to learn to say no to more things, and this is how. So those are some examples of you activating the energy of these concepts that are relatively simple, pretty profoundly powerful when we activate them in our lives. Okay, so that bridges me into a statement for me. Like, I think leadership changing has to change. And I believe it is. So I'm encouraged by it. I believe it's it's at that kind of tipping point. And I would love to see more leaders and more organizations keep pushing it, because I think we're still going uphill with it in terms of organizations and leaders understanding that in order for us to change and improve our leadership game, it's not just about the left-hand side. It's not just about the external side. It's actually when we move the needle, when we rise internally, and that's through, like, that's where it's like, I quote myself as an entretherapist, because it's more therapeutic than coaching actually at the base of it. But people are scared to say that because we're still pushing it up sales. So, I mean, let's call it coaching. But the stuff is when we really find out, okay, what are you scared of? And what is that about? Where did that come from? So the most effective and expansive way to raise your leadership capabilities is to improve a relationship with self. That is the path to becoming a fully integrated and activated leader. So it's building both of those muscles up. And to do that, it can be a complex process. And I'm encouraging you to go through that process, to step towards it boldly with audacity. I'm doing that because it's a source of you cultivating love for yourself. It's a source of you generating the energy that you deserve and that you can spill out onto all the people around you. And it's a way for you to provide the proof. Rounding it is when you only work on, I'm going to use this analogy, and Bernie, I will round out very quickly. I'm looking at the clock. If you're only working on the horizontal, the one side, the left-hand side, it's like brushing just the front side of your teeth. This guy's happy. He thinks like, hey, look at my white teeth. Imagine he hadn't brushed the back side of his teeth. He just always only brushes the front side. His teeth, he's going to stink. He's not fooling me. Well, that's what we happen if we don't develop both sides, our internal and our external capabilities. Your breath might just really stink as a leader. I don't want that for you. The great news is when we do that inside, it raises our leadership game, our relationship with leadership in all the categories of our life. Whatever one you chose today, great. You got 4 actions to move to be a more elevated leader in that. You can do that. And when you do the right-hand side in this example, all boats lift with that tide. And with just a little like, why not? Don't slough this off, even if it's scary or hard. Thank you guys. My name is Maurice. I'm an integrated leadership coach within the Extreme Leadership Institute. I'm a mastermind facilitator and I co-created that program. I'm going to put in the chat my email if you would like these gifts. I'm not just going to put it, if you want these, I'm going to put my email in the chat. Email me. There's 2. One is an audiobook of Steve's, one is from Steve, of The Radical Leap, one of his best-selling books. It's an audio copy, and the second is My Life Work, the Life Inventory Assessment, which is a self-reflection assessment of all 13 of those categories. I'm going to give you guys both of those if you email me and say, hey, I want it. I'll be happy to give it to you, but you got to do the work. You got to do the activation. And that's it.
I love it, Maurice. Thank you so much. It was great.
I went too far, so thanks for not cutting me off. I hadn't. So.
Oh no. Yeah. We're, you know what? We're pretty easy. So that's no. You did great. I thought that was. I've heard something like this before. It's. You know what? It's just so much about creating awareness for people. You can get really caught into your life and kind of forget about this. So I know I really appreciated it. But before we go any further, does anybody have any comments or questions? We've got a couple of minutes here.
I think everybody's motivated now.
Oh yeah,
energized.
Everybody do the writing down. Yeah, I got lots of notes.
So I put my email in the chat and just like subject line, I want it, and that's I'll make sure you get both of those things.
Okay, Abhijit. Sorry,
Abby. Just call him Abby.
Abby.
There we go.
Did you have a question, Abby?
No, I was going to say, can you put that email in the chat because it was a long email and by the time I was typing, the slide's gone.
Yeah, I'll put it in there right in there again.
Thank you.
Perfect. Thanks, Maurice. Shruti, do you have a question?
Hey, yeah, I don't have a question. I just quickly wanted to say thank you for having this session.
Perfect. Well, thank you for your feedback. Maurice was great. Okay, did everybody make notes? Okay, everybody put their hand up. Did everybody make notes? Does everybody have something to work? Okay, look at this. This is good. It was interactive. People were accountable. Maurice, I love the fact that you were talking about, at one point I was thinking about an article that one of the gals on here shared, Tanya Hewitt. Apparently there was an article on flaky. I guess that's it, flaky. You're saying you're going to go and you even accept event to three things, and then you just pick whichever one feels best that day. So I am not a flake, and I am happy to say that. But that's one of my pet peeves later. So when you're honing in on accountability and showing up, and I chose work to do today, I thought that was very interesting. Is there any other flakes in this call? Or non-flakes, should I say?
Good opening line there.
I love it.
I think we're all good. Margaret Ann, I'm just going to go in quickly and just give the heads up for next week. So next week, our next Tuesday speaker is Zach Monroe, and he's going to be talking about what most companies don't know about FX. And what that is it's currency exchange. So whatever country you're in and whatever country you're planning moving your money back and forth in, there's perfect timing moments. Anyhow, he's going to speak to that. I can't do that because I don't move that much money around that way. Plus, we also have a core VIP mastermind on Thursday. The promo code is in there, 2022 gold, all uppercase letters. You can click on events.com or on the link therein. And if you want to know more information about Connect Ottawa, there are links in the chat. Over to you, Margaret Ann. Oh, no, 5 minutes after 5 minutes after the hour, 5 minutes after you're going to get a survey. So if you opted for no continuous emails, you will have the email saying, hi, survey says. And if you opted no, then you won't be getting subsequent emails from me. And remember to save the chat. Open the chat, hit the three dots, hit save. That way you keep Maurice's valuable information, contact details available. Over to you, Margaret Ann.
Okay, cool. Marisa, I'm going to come back to you in 2 seconds. I want you to give us 3 quick takeaways for our guest today. But before that, I just want to have a quick chat with you gals and guys about Thursday's VIP call. We've started this and it's something new. We wanted to change things up. Einstein's favorite saying was doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. But you know what? We found out we weren't getting any different results, so it was time to change things up. So this Thursday meeting is being powered by the people that are coming. Literally, I'm not reading this off. I am actually a big advocate. I have not missed a meeting in 2 years because I need an accountability group. So I show up, I'm happy, and I say, let's figure this whole business thing out together. I've been an entrepreneur all my life, and I know the one thing that is when you show up and you actually start having these real conversations with real people and actually getting to that vulnerability and that trust, that is when the magic starts happening. So I invite you all to come out and join us on Thursday, as Bernie was saying, from 12 to 1. That is our signature event. event. You're welcome to join us one event for free, and then it's you can choose a membership starting as low as $25 a month. That just helps us, contribute to the whole success of what we are creating here about the connections of bringing people together. So thank you all for coming. But before we go, let's turn this back over to Maurice. Maurice, what is the top 3 takeaways you would like people to leave with today? And you are on mute, Maurice.
Well, I just thought that we were connected enough that you guys would be able to feel it. Okay, I'm gonna bring. I can only use 3. There's 5 of them, so I'll use the Sage powers. So as you're moving towards your activation of the things that you said, I'm going to encourage you to use these 3 Sage powers. Empathize. That's your self-love, giving yourself self-love. Imagine yourself as a child and give that child the life it deserves. 1. 2 will be innovate. There's always a way. You're at least 10% wrong all the time. So look at how could it get done? Innovate. And the last one I will use, activate. I mean, we talked about activate, and in that activation, the game to play is imagine your life at the end of the road. And what do you wish you would have activated? How do you wish you would have been? So empathize, innovate, and activate. Keep those sage powers in mind as you move towards activating, right, these elements of your life.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much again, Maurice. Anybody else have it? You know what? We did amazing today. We've got 2 minutes left. If anybody has a quick comment, otherwise, you have the permission to leave now, because I know we all need permission. So if that was great. Again, if anybody wants to hang around for 2 more minutes, we'll be here. Otherwise, you've got permission to leave. Oh, look at everybody's hanging around. Oh, Anne is still there. Bye, guys. Nice to see you. Thanks for joining us.
Bye, everybody. Bye.
Bye, everyone. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Hey, Maurice, thank you.
Bye. Thank you so much. Thank you.
There we go. As we all.
Thank you very much.
There we go. Maurice, thank you. I really appreciate it.
Thanks for the opportunity.